everyone, and welcome to 9 on the Positive Side. Thanks so much for being here with me. Girl Scout cookie season is underway. All of your favorites are back, like Thin Mints and Caramel Delights. But this year, there's a new cookie in town. Shannon Smith was in Winston-Salem to find out all the delicious details for us.
Girl Scout cookie season is here. All of your favorites, Thin Mints, Caramel Delights, and a new cookie this year with a special way to buy it. Jennifer Wilcox showing off. It's called the Raspberry Rally.
The Raspberry Rally, and this is our very first online-only cookie promoting e-commerce skills for girls.
And why is this a step that the Girl Scouts are taking to go online with the cookie sales?
So this is a 21st century business skill. You know, as our girls are learning to be entrepreneurs through their participation in the cookie program, it's important for them to understand how to move product through multiple channels. And e-commerce is a channel that we are all very much familiar and used to, and this provides them with that opportunity.
So how will they sell it then?
So they will provide online links. They'll use QR codes. They'll send links through text and email, and they'll move the cookie electronically, just like we do Amazon or the shopping or groceries or any of the other products that we now consume online.
All right, let's open up this box. We're going to have two of our Girl Scouts here, experienced sellers, Annabelle and London. They're going to give us a little taste test for this new Raspberry Rally cookie. It looks a bit to me like a Thin Mint on the outside. You can see, go ahead and take one. But then it's got a raspberry flavoring on the inside, is that right?
That's
Taste
it.
away, ladies. Well, show the pink in the middle. All right, Annabelle, what are your thoughts? Oh, don't talk with your mouth full. I'll go with London first. What do you think?
I think it has a similar flavor to the Thin Mint, but without the mint. It's pretty good.
And then tell me, you like online sales already, so are you looking forward to this?
Yeah, because online's like 90% of my workload, so.
This just adds to it.
Yeah.
All right, Annabelle, what about you? First of all, describe the flavoring.
It's exciting to have a fruit flavored cookie since we have like the peanut butter, the mint, all those rich flavors. It kind of cuts it.
So
It's
that
like
gives
the lemonade.
another option there. And then what do you think about selling more e-commerce?
Well, it will be interesting since I don't really work online. It will add to my cookie technique.
Yeah.
So who knows, I might find that online is easier than door to door.
Yeah, and London, you must like it. I saw you take another bite. That's a good sign. All right, so looks for Girl Scouts and the Raspberry Rally, the new cookie to try this year.
And that was Shannon Smith reporting for us. Sounds delicious. North Carolina is the birthplace of NASCAR. With a new year comes a renewed push from state leaders to expand its motorsports heritage. The Moonshine and Motorsports Trail plans to take visitors to more than half a dozen stops all across our beautiful state. As Brad Baldeck tells us, Charlotte is actually going to be home to 2 of those stops.
A car is over.
NASCAR first started racing on the beaches of Daytona, Florida, but the Queen City holds the distinction as holding the first NASCAR Cup Series race in 1949.
Fireball Roberts, driving a Buick Century, has taken the lead. But
It's only fitting that as NASCAR is celebrating 75 years this year, that North Carolina is waving the green flag on the first Moonshine and Motorsports Trail.
There were 21 tracks in North Carolina that hosted cup events.
Right now, there are 8 stops across the state, but room for a lot more. NASCAR historian Ken Martin always dreamed of a historic trail like this.
And so it would be great to set up some type of statewide tour where you could go and visit those locations.
The 2021 state budget helped make dreams become reality. The Department of Natural and Cultural Resources is developing the Moonshine and Motorsports Trail in hopes of increased economic development across the state. Charlotte Motor Speedway and the NASCAR Hall of Fame are considered stops along the way, with 6 others that zigzag across North Carolina.
In this area, we had Rockingham, we had North Wilkesboro, we had Hickory, that all hosted a lot of cup events, but it was like the sport outgrew them.
Outgrown but not forgotten. When Bill France Sr. signed the papers to form NASCAR in 1948, North Wilkesboro Speedway was an original track on the schedule. Today, the historic facility is getting ready to reopen to NASCAR racing while also being added to the statewide historic trail.
Naturally, in today, NASCAR is way different in 2022, 23 than it was in 1996.
Louise Smith from Greenville, North Carolina, is the lone woman contender.
Brett Baldeck, Queen City News.
And with so much motorsports history right here in our state, there's plenty of room to add more stops on that trail. There's a new sport gaining attention around the world, and you can learn how to play it right here in Greenville. 9 on your sides, Aaron Jenkins takes us inside the world of pickleball and how it's helping some people stay active in this new year.
All you need is a paddle, a ball, and a little competitive side to pick up the game of pickleball. And now the Greenville Recreation and Parks Department is here to help show you the way. Let's take a look. Pickleball. It's a sport for people of all ages. And it's growing in popularity with easy to get equipment, more coverage on national TV, and word of mouth. With so many people getting hooked, Greenville Recreation and Parks saw it as an opportunity to start offering lessons. They're seeing the benefits of more people getting involved.
So you move around a lot while you're playing, you get some of those steps, you're getting your heart rate up. But then there's the other benefits of the socialization, being around other people, meeting other people. For a lot of people, it might be stress relief. They're playing after work.
The Recreation and Parks Department is offering lessons for all levels. They also have open play multiple days every week that are open for anyone to participate in. To learn more about how you can sign up for some of these classes, you can visit our website at WNCT.com. In Greenville, Aaron Jenkins, 9 on your side.
It does look like a lot of fun. And if you have a story idea, you are more than welcome to send it over to us. We want to hear about all the good things happening where you live. Just email newsdesk@WNCT.com. Again, it's newsdesk@WNCT.com. You can also reach out to me on Facebook or even over on Twitter. Now, book lovers, listen up. From a young author to the world's largest floating book fair, you might find a new read. Those stories are next. Before the pandemic, a school in Binghamton, New York, introduced the concept of reading with the retriever for students. Once a sense of normalcy came back to that district, so did the idea of having a therapy dog within the halls. Jill Croce introduces us to Otto.
Meet Otto, a therapy dog for Shenango Forks Elementary School. The school psychologist Joelle Pelt is Otto's owner.
I just kind of knew he had a good disposition to be able to calm people down, to provide love, affection.
And so to pass testing to be an official therapy dog, he went through Bright and Beautiful therapy dogs.
Once he passed that, and he's able to go into schools, he's able to go into hospitals, really any other place that a therapy dog can go.
When it comes to Shenango Forks, the soon-to-be 11-year-old Chocolate Lab is no stranger to these halls. For some time now, he has been a part of the school's Reading with the Retriever program.
And when they read to him, he's non-judgmental. He provides just a calm, non-judgmental presence that the kids often feel, and they become much more confident in their reading. Really over the course of the 5 to 6 weeks.
Otto has a number of hats within the school, and Pelt says the Chocolate Lab also helps students with attendance and helps students open up during therapy sessions.
Students who I have not been able to make a lot of therapeutic progress with, he is just able to calm the whole situation down. I noticed students want to walk with him in the hallway. It's a bit of a privilege to meet with Otto.
Student Conway Mallory is now 16 years old, but when he was younger, he benefited from the reading concept.
Consistently, I was a better reader because of him. I had more opportunities to read while in school, and it was less of work and more of something entertaining because there was like a dog involved, and that always makes it more fun.
And that was Jill Croce reporting. This 14-year-old is writing her own story literally. Jana Prakash was just 11 years old when she wrote her first title, Sedna of Hanoi. You see the book right there. And now at 14, that book made her a published author. Teachers say she's at the top of her class and enrolled in all advanced and honors courses.
I feel really proud of myself because a lot of people tell me this isn't something most people can do, and I realized that right.
She plans to turn her latest book into a series, adding 2 to 3 more books. You can find her book over on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Can't get enough of books? Well, guess what? This story is also for you. This is the largest floating international book fair in Egypt. The book is called Logos Hope. That is what is going on over there in Egypt. There's a selection of more than 5,000 books across a wide range on a boat, and there's tons of genres from sports, arts, medicine, and novels.
But we have been told is that we had about 62,000 visitors. In that time, that was about 2 weeks visit only. So we're expecting lots of people to come, and what we're expecting is really just to get to know each other, that people can come on board, that we can have an intercultural exchange.
The crew on board that boat says the book boat is made up of more than 300 volunteers from all around the world, and it's also visited 150 countries since 1970. Pretty impressive. A love for music evolving into a love to give back. Next, meet this North Carolina man who's making a big difference. A North Carolina musician is sharing his musical talents with others in his community. John Lee introduces us to this special man.
Musical inspiration. It is often born out of despair. COVID-19 robbed Garrett Huffman's generation of so many moments.
Really taking the worst of a situation and trying to find something good in it.
Rotate this way for me. Play.
But when the virus put life in limbo, he didn't sit idle. At the Sound Factory Studios in Lincolnton, the teenager's working on an LP that he hopes will be the launch pad to big things. Co-owner Roger Calhoun sees and hears a lot of potential.
I think it's just a God-given talent.
Oh, my love, my dear, please stay ever near. Well, until I lose the fear of you leaving through that door.
He's very talented. He's got that charisma look. He's got a very humble attitude.
I've been conquered by my lows.
And to think that not long ago, music wasn't even on his radar.
So let your soul eclipse my heart and change me into something new.
Before the pandemic, his preferred stage was a basketball court.
The JV state championship game.
That was his one shining moment.
I'm right there. I'm super excited and stuff.
On February 22nd of 2020, he took the court for Cramerton Christian Academy. With the game tied in the final seconds of the JV state championship game, Garrett drew the defense to him as he drove toward the basket.
And I hit a pass out to Graham. He was in the corner, and yeah, the rest is history.
It was an assist for the ages. That was the high point of the basketball obsession that began when Garrett was just 6. Growing up, he dreamed of being like Michael Jordan. His parents counted on weekends at basketball games.
As much as time and love that he had for basketball, I thought there's no way he's ever given this up.
We were super excited to see what the future held and stuff, and about winning it again next year, and then that's whenever COVID hit.
Of course, we all know that COVID affected school, sports, and everything else. During sometimes depressing downtime, he pivoted. Garrett broke through the silence and isolation in his room by teaching himself how to play the guitar.
Mama, take this badge from me.
I thought to myself, I was like, well, it'd be a good chance to learn something new.
I can't use it anymore.
Learning from YouTube videos, he rapidly improved.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Made being at home easier, just being locked in your house.
At first, his mom and dad figured music was probably just a phase.
And I'm thinking, well, this is just probably something just to, until sports starts back up. But no, it wasn't. He kept with it, and he's determined. He's gonna, if he
starts something, he's definitely
gonna do it.
It's amazing how gracious your patience.
When he began writing his own songs, the stopgap hobby became his calling.
My love for it has just evolved into what it is now, and I'm just consumed by it.
For the past 9 months, he's performed live at local venues. Now, the next step is getting his songs on music streaming platforms. The unlikely transformation from athlete to singer-songwriter was certainly a revelation. No one imagined that his heroics in the state championship 2 years ago would turn out to be his last time in uniform. If I would have told you that night that, like, this is it for basketball.
I said, you're crazy.
I would have said you're crazy and I would have cried.
The pandemic pushed Garrett to turn the page to a new source of identity.
We love that he loves it.
His great voice and his songwriting ability for 18 months of performing is over the top. These people that's worked at it for 10 years that hadn't got to his level yet. He's a natural.
Music gave Garrett an outlet to tune out the uncertainty of life with COVID.
I've kind of put that behind me. You know, I think music's in some way calling me.
John Lee,
Nice job.
Queen City News.
Truly an inspiration. One California girl holds a rare license to own a unicorn. Yeah, we said unicorn. We'll visit the family and learn how her love of unicorns is taking her on a journey very far from home. This story just shows how far a little determination can go. A 7-year-old in California wished for a magical dream come true all by asking. David Begno reports it all started with a love for unicorns.
Here's my room.
Aha! 7-year-old Madeline loves animals, but there is a clear favorite. How many unicorns do you have?
Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 unicorn stuffies. I recently got a pet unicorn.
This California first grader loves unicorns so much that she asked for a real one.
I told her, well, I think we would need special permission for that from LA County. She just walked off and came back a few minutes later and said, okay, well, I wrote a letter to LA County. Could you please mail it for me? And I looked at her and I thought, okay, sure.
Marcia Mayetta got the letter.
Dear LA County, I would like your approval if I can have a unicorn in my backyard if I can find one. Please send me a letter in response. Madeline.
You gave your seal of approval?
Yes.
And did you sign the certificate?
I did.
And with that, Madeline received LA County's first ever unicorn license.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
What's the lesson here?
Really go after it, take action. You just don't know what's going to happen. There's really still a lot of that innocence and just pure joy still out there, and it's a lot of fun to follow.
David Begno, CBS News, Los Angeles.
That's just awesome. One last thing before we go, check out this local middle schooler, Danae Thompson, with the buzzer beater to end the game. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks so much for watching this weekend.